Now, I understand if nobody in Dallas wants to buy my book, that would make sense. I understand if a Cowboy fan don't want to buy my book, that would make sense. Because watching me yesterday just laugh at you, I mean, listen, the Dallas Cowboys are the gift that keeps on giving. So the New Orleans Saints rolls into town, and I understand they had a bye week in week one. I mean, they technically played the game, but the Carolina Panthers are a bye week. And we all know that. And I'll get into why in just a minute about the Carolina Panthers. But they blew out the Carolina Panthers 47-10 in week one. And then they showed up. Yesterday. I'm talking about the New Orleans Saints in Dallas, Texas, Arlington to be exact. Jerry World, AT&T Stadium, that $1 billion playpen, whatever words you want to use to describe it. And they ran roughshod over the Dallas Cowboys 44-19. Do you know that the New Orleans Saints scored a touchdown on their first 6 drives of the game? Do you know that one was for 80, another was for 70, and another for 70, and another for 70, and then one was for 20, and then another one was 69 yards? Did you know that? Did you know? Did you know that Alvin Kamara had 4 touchdowns yesterday by his damn self? Did you know that they had Derek Carr out there looking like Joe Montana? Did you know that the Dallas Cowboys have basically revealed that they can't stop the damn run? This is what you saw in their opener. Now, Dak Prescott went 27 for 39, throwing for nearly 300 yards with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. And I'm not going to even hold the interceptions against him because they were bleeding. He was trying to stop the hemorrhaging, trying to make something happen. That happens. But in the end, he wasn't the reason the Cowboys lost yesterday. Their defense was non-existent. I never heard of Alice, Texas. I never knew one existed. But that's what we're going to call it now from now on. We're going to call them the Alice Cowboys because you take the D out of Dallas. Don't even call them that. There is no defense right now. They got blitzed. Micah Parsons had 3 pressures, and you know that's my brother. I got love for him. But they couldn't do anything yesterday. And what is revealed is that anybody that's got a running game can beat the Dallas Cowboys, who, by the way, have the Baltimore Ravens next week, who are 0-2. Good luck with that one. You got Derrick Henry coming to town. And you got the Baltimore Ravens at 0-2. We know we don't expect that to last. And so it's one of those situations where Dallas got some problems. Ain't no way around it. And once again, you switch from Quinn, who took the head coaching job in the nation's capital with the Washington Commanders. You brought in former Minnesota Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer as your defensive coordinator. Nobody expected you to look like that, especially the way you played against Cleveland the week before. But that's what Dallas does. And so, in the end, you don't have the personnel. You got speed. You got athletes. What you don't have, as my man Dan Orlovsky in my day job said, you don't have a spleen, you don't have a spine. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can run right down the middle on the Dallas Cowboys. They ain't what they used to be. As a matter of fact, they look worse based off of yesterday than they did all of last season. I mean, I know they got their ass kicked by San Francisco last season. During the regular season, I didn't expect them to get their ass kicked the way that they did yesterday by the New Orleans Saints. But that's what happened. Somewhere along the way, we're going to have to talk about New Orleans at some point because we can't ignore the fact that with Olave and Shaheed and Alvin Kamara and Derek Carr and those boys, they can actually play. Their defense ain't shabby either. They can make some noise. But it seems like anybody who can run the football can beat Dallas. And so somehow, some way, you're going to have to fix that. You really, really are. Good luck with it, because I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm going to talk to my man Chris Carter about that a little bit later on in the show. But listen, you got Dallas. That was problematic. You got the Baltimore Ravens falling to 0-2. That's problematic. You got the Bengals at 0-2 right now. I think that's less of a problem. In 5 of the last 6 seasons, they've started off 0-2 with Zach Taylor. It's nothing new. Okay? And then I got to look at some of the surprises. I got to look at Tampa Bay beating Detroit. Baker Mayfield, y'all. He's balling. He's a top 10 quarterback right now. Detroit, you had a tough one in week 1, but you won. You lost yesterday. Are you what you used to be? Don't know. Looking at Minnesota, 2-0. with Sam Darnold as their quarterback, throwing a football 127.5 yards in the air with a damn 100-yard bomb to Justin Jefferson before he ended up getting injured. And I watched them beat the San Francisco 49ers. So is that really about Sam Darnold in Minnesota, or is that about Brock Purdy and the 49ers and what they ain't? I don't know about that. Third upset happened because Detroit yesterday with Baker Mayfield led the Bucs to a 2016 victory over the Lions. Detroit lost, by the way, despite putting up more than 460 yards of total offense. Another upset that took place, as I pointed out, with the Rams. Going down to Arizona, 41-10 on the road. The Cardinals put up nearly 500 yards total offense at home. Rookie Marvin Harrison Jr. had a breakout game yesterday with 2 touchdowns and 130 yards. Remember, this is just a week after he had 1 reception for 4 yards, and Kyler Murray came out there talking about it ain't my job to give him the damn ball. I was like, what the hell is up with that? If I'm Marvin Harrison, I want out already. But then he came out and threw that damn boy the football first quarter, handled his business. That young man, Marvin Harrison, is something